Hey guys, have you ever wondered the process that I go through to take a viral DJ clip and actually turn it into a tutorial? I'm actually going to show you in this video the process that I would go through, and I'm going to try and be as quick as possible. So, if you look at this clip, this is the clip that we're going to be analyzing here, okay? Okay, so first things we need to do is source these there's two songs, but there's a third because there's an acapella. In this video, there's a point where the main bass line, do, it just disappears out of nowhere. And you can see he's not using stems because I'm looking at this bit here and there's no stem work going on. So clearly what's happened is he's pre-produced the track to take away the instrumentals at a certain point. Let me go back and show you. So at this point here where she goes, I need your love, suddenly the dum da 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 dum dum just disappears as he brings in the new track. Listen. Right. So we need to make sure that at that point in the song, the instrumentals drop away. So I'm going to go and get the original, Show Me Love. I do this by just grabbing the URL like this. And I come down here, and especially for these DJ trick tutorials, I just use clip grab to rip it straight off YouTube. No one's worried about the quality. People just want to know how it's done. So I take that off. Second thing I go and look for then is I type in here, acapella, like this, and I go and get the acapella, which is this one here. Download that, and I go and get the Major Lazer song, which I've already been through all this beforehand, so I don't know, waste your time, but it's called Pon de Floor Major Lazer, right? And it's this one here, which I've also done the same thing. Now the next thing I do is I come to mixing key because I want to know what speed this is. Now I thought it was the laid back loop version, but it's actually not. It's the original. So let's go and grab Show Me Love here and drag it into mixing key. Mixing key will just give me an idea of what the tempo is. Give it a second, it's just doing its thing. 120. Okay, so we get an idea of what the BPM is. So now I'm going to close this and I'm just going to memorize the point at this transition happens. So at the end when she's going, oh, he brings in, I need your love, which is the acapella. So we're just going to do exactly that in Ableton. What I'll do is I'll show you how this is done, but I'll just give you the download of this. But I'm going to keep it in just so you can see. So I'm going to go and get the Show Me Love, put it in here now. We're just going to find the exact point where she's going, I can't sing at all, so don't worry about that, that's fine. Like, I could give you singing lessons if you want to sing terribly. Okay, so here we go. First things first, you just got to double click this, turn warp off. The most important thing we need to do at this point is make sure this is warped to the project properly. So let's find the exact point. Right, so that's exactly it. So I'm just gonna literally cut this. So click here, Apple E, remove that bit there. And let's just make sure this is going to the beat. So we're just gonna look for the beat. So there's a kick. So I'm just gonna drag this in right to this first line, just so you can see exactly how I do this. I gotta make sure that kick lands. And actually, just temporarily, I'm going to cut it there. The reason I'm going to cut it there is I want to lock it to this point in the track. Now we're going to move this to 120 because that's what mixing key said. But I actually eyeball it at this point. You can kind of see where the kicks lie, right? So we're going to go down to 120. See how it's going off? See how the kick is kind of slightly drifting off? So I'm going to put that up one. Let's just kind of get it to the exact... There. It looks like it's kind of on. You can see the kick drum is kind of going to the grid. Now remember, we only need this for a bit. What I can do now is I'm going to put the metronome on and just listen to it. Okay, cool. Now that's working. So now I can come and click this and now warp this to the grid. Now I'm going to go and get the acapella, bring that in, same thing, okay? We're now looking for the bit where she goes into I need your love. Right, okay, which I think is around 3 minutes. So let's go and have a listen here. That's great. Let's just turn warp off. We don't want it to warp to the project at all. For some reason it's gray. I don't know whether that means it's going to not play, which is weird. So sometimes that happens. Just click on and click 0. There we go. Okay, so 3, 11. We're looking for the where she says, I need your love. Boom. Wow, that was amazing. That just happened. Okay, so we're going to come here. Actually, you know, I'm actually going to worry less about this being synced because all we need here, well, actually, I do want it to be synced. So let's just see if it fits. So let's listen to it here. I need your love. Let's put on a beep. Let's put on the metronome again. It's to the grid enough. Like when I say to the grid, it's going to the BPM enough. So now we just got to go listen to the tune. So it's like he's obviously done an edit of this. So let's just go and have a listen to it because this is not how the song goes. Yeah, so it goes I need your love. So we're going to put a thing there, remove that, and then we're going to come here and go and grab this. So it's now sounds like this. That's obviously way too loud at this point. It's because I turned this down. So let's just listen. Right, let's just find the exact point. This is faffy as hell. Like, it's just the truth. It's just sometimes it's like this. He's clearly done an edit and we're copying his edit. It's just slow. So when she says love, it disappears. Now, what you'll notice in the video is that he's got a loop that just kind of appears, right? I mean, he's probably just got a pre-loop that when it hits that point, it loops. Watch this bit here. You see that loop coming up? And then it just loops. But we're here. I'll just do it here so we give ourselves the time. So I'll just go and grab that and just duplicate it, Apple D, and just give us as much time as we want. Because like, this just stays until it goes at this point. So we can just give ourselves this really long loop. Do you know what I'll do? I'll kind of extend this, but yeah. That's too loud, just bring it down. Now, it's got that thing going on. You know, if you really were anal about this, which I am, I'm just going to do a little crossover and then bring this up. And I'm going to cut this out, but I'm going to do it a few times over along here. Okay, I'm now going to get this section here. I'm going to click Apple L to loop it, click up in this area here, and then I come to File and Export. Like I said, I'll just leave the Dropbox link for this. You don't have to do this bit, but for anybody who is interested, just export. Just in case any of you are interested in Ableton and learning how to manipulate songs in a program like that, or even making your own songs from scratch in a program like that, I actually run a 6-month mentorship where I take students who have never made music before, DJs from all around the world, and I teach them everything they need to know about Ableton and learning how to make pro-level music, and I work with them until they get a record label. So I take you in, work with you for 6 months, and you come out the other end being able to make whatever music you like and getting signed to record labels. If you're interested, I'll leave a link below the video. Okay, so the obvious thing is I then put all those songs onto Rekordbox, exported it onto my USB, I've loaded them into the DJ deck. So on the one deck here, I've got... Okay, and I'm going to put that to 120. That's the really important bit. Let's get to 120. Here we go. Great, cool. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come over to the Major Lazer song. We're going to go to the bit where the comes in. And I'm going to go back to the beginning of where the beat is. So I'll count how many bars it is. Let's take this loop off. Right, I'm going right to the beginning. So where the track would go here. Okay, I'm going to go right to that first drum here. Set a cue point. Great. So now I can just test this. So if I come to here, I'm just going to cue this in. John. Great, they're the same speed, they work perfectly. Now this is where the difficult bit comes in. So what we need to start doing is something called a transformer scratch. Even though it's not a scratch, you're not actually scratching, it is kind of like a scratch because you're using the crossfader. So this is how you do it. You put your thumb up against the edge of the crossfader like this. And using this finger here, you hammer it open like that. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So I just want you to practice just doing that. Just get it used to opening and closing it like this. Now, what we need to do now is work on rhythm. So I want you to be like da 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 da. Just practice it. I know this sounds ridiculous, but step by step is much better than just jumping straight in. So we're gonna do it. Da 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 da. Sounds stupid, I know, but if you don't get that bit, you can't get this bit. Now, the next thing I want you to do is just wait for that to happen, and we're just going to practice without the pitching stuff. Okay, you've got that. Or you can practice until you've got it. Now, the next thing we need to do is the pitching. Now, as we know, the point in the song that we're mimicking is the bit where it goes da 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 da. So let's just go to that bit. Here it is, right. So I'm just gonna press play. I'm sorry, you're not necessarily looking at it. I'm gonna press play at this point here. And I'm actually gonna loop this section. 24. Okay, we've got that looped. Now, the next thing you need to do, and this is where things get a little bit more technical, you've got to put it to wide, okay? Wide. So move your tempo from 6 to 10 to 16 to wide. And turn master tempo off. Now, the tricky thing here is the second you move this, it's going to be the wrong key. Because what happens is, master tempo means whatever you move it to, it's the same key. Take master tempo off, and now you can pitch it. So if I put it on and press play, it's the same key. Take it off. Okay. Now this is where it becomes really like playing an instrument. You've got to really use your freaking ears here. It's not easy. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to practice, and we're just going to listen. We're going to listen to the pitch. Da 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 da. We're going to pitch it down where we want it to go. Da 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 da. So let's try it, okay? So we're going to press play. Now, I'm not claiming this is easy. It's freaking not easy. You've got to use your ears, and it won't be perfect, okay? But you want to just kind of hear it. You know around 120 is where the bass pitch is. So you know you can kind of go back to that roughly. But you're going to be doing this quickly. So let's have another play. Okay, if you're even close to that region, you're in the top 20%, right? I'm just telling you. Now, what we're going to do now is practice. We're going to turn the volume of this one up a little bit, and we're going to loop this, okay? So we've got that loop like we set a second ago. And we're going to go back to the beginning, and we're just going to practice looping on top of the other. Now, what you'll notice is as soon as this track is playing, it kind of masks a lot of your little mistakes. Okay, look, this is just real DJing for you here, guys. Like, you know, we're not practicing to be in the West End musical, or we're not aiming to be the most amazing technical musicians on the planet. But the better you get this, you just got to practice. So let's play it and have a go. And you see what I'm doing? I'm not going to waste your time by practicing in front of you. But the one thing I am noticing is when you go down, you want to be more extreme, so lower dip. And when you go up, you're just going to do a tighter one. Let me show you. Okay. Right, so that's the next step. Now, this is the most important bit, really. It's just practicing that. Okay, so the next thing is the transition from the drum beat coming in to going into this. Now, I can't remember exactly what he did because I just watched it and I'm kind of regurgitating it here. But it sounded like he kind of went da 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 da. So it just kind of sounded like he went like this. Right, it's just that kind of thing. So at this point, this is where you can kind of add your own flair. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from the top. We're going to get this to 120, which is a lot more difficult now that we've got it on wide. So, you know, if the closest you can get, like 120.1 is probably, you know, good enough. We're going to press play. We're going to go back to our cue point. I'm going to come over here and actually set a cue point at these intro drums here, like this. And I'm going to set an A and a cue point here. So let's have a go. So we're just going to kind of have a bit of a da 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 da, and when it comes in, we're going to try and mimic it. Okay. Now, I've just got to tell you, I haven't practiced this. Like, I'm literally running this video, so don't expect anything amazing here. But what I would do is I'd just practice until I got this right. So let's have a go. I'm quite happy with that, right? And bear in mind, I probably never, ever do this live, ever. I'm just being real with you. Like, this is just out of my remit. Plus, this isn't even my genre. I play, like, house music. So there you go. That's it. That is, like, the full progression. As you can probably tell, quite a lot of effort. And I'm not perfect. So there you go. I'm now going to go and actually do an Instagram reel and show people how to do this. You'll probably see that one first. But hopefully this helps. Hopefully you can see the patterns I go through and how I reverse analyze these. Thought you might find it interesting to see that. This wasn't perfect. Don't worry. If you are interested in working with me over 6 months to learn how to make pro-level dance music, just click the link below, apply to work with me, or reach out to me on Instagram. And if you sound like a good fit, we can get on the phone. If you sound like a good fit, we'll work together for 6 months, and I'll teach you everything you need to know to get record labels. In 2025, I got over 50 people just like you who'd never made music before, record labels. If you're interested, check it out. Ciao for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video.